Hey, welcome everyone. I'm Professor Ken.
And I'm Professor Paul Marino.
And this is the Forward Motion Business Show. And today we've got a guest of the show, actually a friend of the show. She's been on our broadcast before a few years back, so we have a great update. So Paul, why don't you introduce our guest today?
Well, I'm very happy to introduce Daniela and her husband, Jose Succurro. And I met Daniela. She was actually a student of mine, and she would come up after class and she would tell me about her business, and we would talk about business problems and business solutions. And the more I talked to her, the more I got impressed by what she does, because one, she's in a very male-dominated industry.
Right.
And she actually started this business in her garage. So why don't you tell us a little bit how you started?
Well, good morning. Thank you for inviting us to the show. We are very happy to be here today. Starting, it wasn't easy. We start in our garage in a little garage with a few boxes, but a big dream and a big motivation and determination, which was the important step that make us grow. Yeah. And what was our determination? Our determination was to become the number one solution to our business customer.
But now, over the years, you have went from a garage, you're currently in 8,000 square feet, and you're discussing buying a building now. The next step is buying a building. Yeah. So you tell us exactly, you do strapping machines and packaging. Exactly what does the company do?
Well, our company, Paul, not only we sell products, but we over the years, we met that our customer needs, it's not only buying products, it's getting solutions. And we sell the strapping material for the customer, of course, but we also sell the solution to repair the strapping machine, because in the packaging and strapping industry, the companies, time is money. And they can have downtimes with the machine. So our response to our customer is that when they call, they have the solution of the repair of their strapping machine right away, the same day.
Same day.
Yes.
Well, you deal a lot with perishables. You're very big in the fish industry. You're very big in the flour industry. That salmon only has a week shelf life, so those lines can't go down. How do you handle that?
When we receive a call from our customer that a machine is down, we have a prepared staff. We have a factory certified technicians that they have their truck prepared with all the parts, with all the tools and materials, and they go the same day to repair the machine. If by any chance, because thing happens, the technician is not able to repair the machine, we have a huge inventory of a strapping machine as a backup to lend the machine to our customer. That is another advantage that our customer get from us when they call us with a down strapping machine.
Yeah.
You had mentioned to me once that once a customer decides to become, let's say, a long-term customer and enters into either a lease or a service agreement, you cover everything, right?
Yes. And in fact, this is our mission. More than being a customer business relationship, we have become partner of our customers. And when they get into a long-term contract with us, they get priority in the response calls. And also, they always have the backup of another strapping machine. They have the backup as a good quality material, which is important in those perishable companies.
So this way, the partnership's important. This way, the company never goes down. They're always able to function and things like that.
Yes.
So I want to take us back. And you recall that I think we talked maybe 4 years ago or something like that. And one of the things that stuck with me all this time was your phrase, which is hug the uncertainty monster, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember that. So in that case, let's expand on that, because I still think that's a valuable piece of advice to share out. And basically what you're saying, the way I interpret it, is that you have no idea what's going to happen every day you wake up. Okay. The only thing you know is that something is going to be uncertain for that particular day, and you have to embrace it and dive into that. So share that a little bit with us. Tell us how that philosophy has helped you grow your business.
Yeah, especially that philosophy is what helped us growing our business, because we keep believing in progress. We keep believing in progress. We hug the uncertainty monster with resiliency. That's the key.
Yeah.
And that's what it's making us growing.
Yeah, I think that's really important to understand, because every day is going to be a different day, and there's no guarantees it's going to go the way you plan. So it's not the problem that's going to deter you or bring you down. It's how you handle the problem, right? The solution, like you said, the partnership and all that. We also talk about one of the things that we're seeing now, and it's amazing. 4 years is only 4 years ago, short time, but yet so much has happened in technology and advancements and things like that. And one of the things that Paul and I focus on now is talking about AI and technology. So how do you see that happening? Because you're in a very time-constrained industry, right? Logistics is very important. So do you think AI, or how do you, well, not do you think, most likely yes, but how is AI going to be a part of this whole thing? And then what do you think you're going to be able to do for your customers with that technology?
Well, AI is taking part of our life little by little, every day. I think that in the logistic business and the packaging business, AI is going to make a turn of 360 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah.
In every part of the chain.
For sure. And then what about what I know here in Miami, we look at the labor force quite a bit, and you're a local company that's grown from the garage to where you are now. So let's talk about that. Where do you see AI in the workforce, and how can that AI in the workforce help Packstrap? What do you think that's going to do for you there?
AI is going to help us. We always investing in, as a growing business, we always investing in technology and innovation. And I think that AI is going to be very important in helping us in strategies, in business strategies.
Definitely. Well, go ahead, Paul.
I was going to say, a young student who is watching this tape, who's going to be watching this tape, and they have an interest in the logistic industry. I understand you have a program where you actually take in interns and you actually train them and you actually make them certified on the machines. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. For people that wants to success, the people that wants to learn always, I'm the person that's saying that you have always, every day you have to learn always new. And people, knowledge is power.
Sure.
And for people that wants to become part of our growing business, that they are more than welcome to come, and we're gonna train them, and they're gonna be factory certified to repair those machines.
And I think also, because Paul brought it up, and I know what the industries that you're in Miami. If you're living in Miami, the floral industry is the place. I mean, we're like, what, 90-something% of all the flowers are imported through Miami. And then seafood as well. I think it's high up.
The salmon business is huge.
So if you want to stay and live in Miami, and if you're a local in Miami, working with a local Miami company and understanding this is important, because nothing happens unless something gets shipped. My undergrad professor years ago, and I'm talking about 30 years ago now, I remember him specifically saying, if you want to make money, figure out how to be involved in the movement of something. And he talked about logistics. He talked about the, moving information one way to, and that's where you can make a good career, is understanding the movement of things and the logistics of it. So that training program is really unique. How does someone get involved in that? How do they reach out? They just contact you?
Yes, they you have to contact us. And we will be more than happy to give them all the program that we have to train.
Is it hard to learn? I mean, is it a complicated thing to learn? Or?
No, it's not complicated. It's all as any learning needs discipline.
Yeah. How did you get started? How did you start learning it?
Well, in fact, our technician here, he was the one
Who
to.
happens to be your husband?
Yes.
Yeah, I was training in Philadelphia many years ago. I've been doing repairs for almost more than 20 years already, repairing strapping machines. And I got the training in Philadelphia, certified training classes. And like you were saying that everything from flowers and seafood, everything is coming from South America and gets come from South America to Miami.
Right.
And in Miami at the airport, they have to inspect every single box.
So everything is opened and closed.
Yes.
So it's got to be restrapped and repacked.
Yes. And at the airport, they have strapping machines also. So customs officers, they have to open the boxes, every single box, and then they have to reclose the boxes. They have to strap with using the strapping machine.
Right. And what we're talking about, just so if you don't know, that's sort of that plastic, that hard plastic strap that goes around and really almost like what do they call it? Like a tie strip or something like that, right? Simple, a simple term.
Yeah, that's the strapping. Like I said, when you have a copy paper boxes, you see the strapping. Right, the strapping. Yeah,
any big box has strapping on it, but. You know, the strength of your company, there's many firms that sell packing supplies.
Yeah.
There's some national ones that sell packing supplies.
Yeah.
But they don't do the repair. The strength, I believe, of your company is that you repair any machine. It's the service.
Because customers in the packaging industry, they don't look for, they look for packaging products, but they look for service.
Right.
And that's what makes us get into our customer trust.
Right.
And I think that's the key, and it's the partnership. You know, if I'm reliant, because the value chain, a business has all these important things throughout the value chain, and where it starts and where it finishes. And if you don't have a partner inside of that value chain that you could depend on,
right,
and you go down, that's a problem.
Well, the salmon line can't be down. I mean, they took me to see a salmon line. They have special machines where the top of the machine is stainless steel. You know, it's a food product. That line can't go down because it will go bad.
Right. So it's got to be done quickly and all that. Where do you think the future is for logistics? And you know, I know out there's a lot of changes, and we spoke a little bit here about AI, but robotics. Where do you see robotics happening? Because now even here in Miami, there's robotic transportations, and I just saw a news piece. I don't know if you order food online, but here in Miami now we have these little robots delivering your food in Miami and Brickell and stuff like that, and so you can have a little robotic machine come and deliver your thing. So they have 200 them on the streets. So do you think that has a place in everything that you're doing, or is it more going to be optimized by hands-on behavior? What type of future do you think there is with that?
Well, there's robotics. Right now we have many customers, salmon fish customers. They have robotic. They replacing employees with the robotics.
And is it efficient?
Yes.
And it's working?
Yes. And then those robotics are packing the salmon into the boxes, and then the boxes go to the conveyors, automatic conveyors, and then goes to the strapping machine. It's a fully automatic strapping machine that closes the every single box.
That's crazy. So then in your case, because you are a small company, do you think that this whole change in what we're doing, robotics and AI, is it just going to complement services, or is it going to replace services that are out there? Do you think there's a mix of that, or?
Yeah, I think it's a mix of that.
Yeah, I think it's a mix of.
Yeah, and then your training program, I guess, is starting from. If I knew nothing, I'll start day one, learn about not only the product, but learn about the process, learn about the do's and the don'ts. Do I have to go into the machine and actually do things with the machine also?
Yeah,
I do. That's my weakness. I'm not a mechanical guy, so that wouldn't be for me. I tried to fix planes in high school. I couldn't do it.
I understand that you, as a firm, are embarking on a new project to help entrepreneurs. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, we're working in a new project in which we're gonna provide service to new entrepreneurs that their business are based in e-commerce, and we're gonna provide the service to pack their products before it ships. We have wrapping machines available to provide that service. How it works. They come to our facility with their boxes, and we provide the service that they need. If they need to shrink the box, and shrink to put the plastic around the box, or if they need to wrap a pallet, or if need to put the strap in every box, we're gonna provide that service. Sometimes people like us, they start from home. They don't have the ability to have those kind of equipment.
Right. So you're going to make the package compliant so they can sell it on an e-commerce platform.
Correct.
Yeah.
So they would drop it off to you. You would shrink wrap it for them, and either they would pick it up or you would deliver it to the fulfillment center.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's a good service because you can't have Amazon's policies have gotten a little more strict in terms of how you ship and package products and things like that. So that's a great
because Amazon is not accepting more the bags put in the item.
Right. They want to be
so they want to shrink do the shrink packing.
That's a great idea. When does that start? Is that already up and running, or are you ready to start that?
No, we haven't started yet. Yeah, we are in the process.
Very nice. Very
soon.
nice. So tell us about the company. Where do we go to learn more about the company? I know you have a .com. There's a website, and is there a phone number that someone can call?
Yes, people can contact us to our phone number 305-557-2202, or they can contact to our email info@packstrapusa.com. You can visit us also online at www.packstrapusa.com.
That's great. Well, we covered a lot, Paul. As we close this session, where do you think they sit in terms of the employment opportunity here in Miami? Because they're a company you've been phenomenal growth. I mean, the last 5 years, right? They go from here to there since I've known you at least.
Yes.
And if you're sitting on the other side of the table looking for an opportunity, where do you think they fit into this whole picture?
Well, I think there's several areas. I think if you're a young man or woman and you're going through maybe the entrepreneurship program and you want to get some hands-on experience actually seeing how an entrepreneurial company works, certainly having an internship with them would be a good idea. The second thing is if you're looking to launch an e-commerce company or a product, they're the perfect solution to help you fulfill it.
Yeah. And that's a growing opportunity here. The TikTok shocks, selling things on TikTok. I'm going to start doing that. I think as we get out of the holiday, we'll see an old man selling.
You are more than welcome.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly right. Well, thank you again. It's so good to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
It's great to see your growth and expansion. And I really appreciate you joining us again. So
thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We'll wrap it up here. That's it. This is Professor Ken.
And this is Professor Paul Marino.
And this is the Forward Motion Business Show. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you out there.